on. I would absolutely love that. Your faces, your smiles, your energy, it helps me as I present here. My name is Abigail Meister, and I am from Kansas City, Kansas. And I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm a director with the company. And I love the momentum and the opportunity right now going on in the UK, being just like this touchdown place also for European expansion. There's so many countries getting ready to launch and open right now. And, I am passionate about the fundamentals. I was a former collegiate basketball player. I have been a coach, and I believe, in the fundamentals and doing the same thing over and over again. Atomic Habits, right? Has anybody read that book, Atomic Habits? What we do, guys, it is not complicated. It's having the tenacity and grit to just do a little each day and to do the same thing over and over again. And so this is one of my favorite training presentations. It is not difficult. It is kind of helping you to create a pipeline. So if you are there, I want to encourage you to have a notebook, have a pen, take notes, because you could almost like build a diagram out today of what I like to call the process. And when you're opening up your day to do your work, you can be looking at almost like this pipeline and the people that you've been talking to and asking yourself, where are they at right now in the pipeline? And what do I need to do to get them to the next step? So I am assuming this is typically an orientation where you take a deep dive into getting started, but this is a special training today on the else started. So with that, I'm going to turn on my screen share. Give me just a second here. Okay. Okay. I can see, let's see. Denise, I can see your face. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen here where it says the process? Is that good? We on? Shri? Is everybody able to see my screen? Okay, great. All right. So if you're taking notes, I want you on your piece of paper to almost like create a diagram, and you're going to have attract, connect, connect, qualify, enroll, and launch. Okay. This is your process. These are your steps to take. So the first thing we're going to talk about is attraction, okay? Because in one way, shape, or form, what we do is attraction-based marketing, all right? And this can be done through many different avenues. It can be done through a social media post. It can be done through a K-pop party. It can be done through you simply reaching out to somebody and messaging them, piquing their curiosity with a message. Okay. When you're getting started, you want to ask yourself, how am I going to attract human beings to this conversation that we're having? All right. World's number one Korean skincare, expanding globally. You're excited about the business. You're excited about your own transformation. How are you attracting people with your messaging? Okay. And one of our greatest tools we have today is ChatGPT. Do you realize you could just go to your ChatGPT? You could even You could upload, you could go to the marketing drive at exploreriman.com. You can upload documents and start training your chat GPT. And the one pagers that you can find in your back office, the flip charts you can find in your back office at the marketing drive. You could literally upload those into your chat GPT, and then you could say, create me a 30 days of content calendar to be posting. And if you've never posted on social media before, what I like to tell people is don't count on those for the first year being where you're bringing in and making sales, but count on that in your third year to, as you've been consistent and grown it, being another stream of bringing in leads. Okay. So I think so many people get in this business and they have not been using their social media, and they put up a post, they get nothing back, they get discouraged. Okay, well, social media is actually a job, and it takes a while to build that, okay, and to receive that engagement. But I tell everyone, you can work this online, offline, anywhere, anytime. But the places in which you're working, you've got to develop, you've got to grow it, okay? And it's worth your while here because so many people, so many men, so many women have gone online to try to create income, living in this what we call gig economy, where people are looking for more than one income stream to bring in revenue. And so many people want to be home, they want to be with their families, and they want to make income mobile. So if you will just start building a brand, start creating content, don't bank on it to build your business overnight, but start it up and see where you will be after 2 to 3 years of consistency. One of the best ways that we can attract people is through our before and after pictures. And that can be something that you go have coffee with someone. And I would, if you haven't, go ahead and create an album on your phone called Before and Afters and be a collector of before and after pictures, because in this business, it is the stories that sell, right? We say facts tell, stories sell. And so go ahead and create a before and after album in your phone, because this will be a great resource for you. One type of post that I like to coach people on is the box post. It is simply when you are helping somebody get out of the gate, it's taking a picture of them smiling. Facebook, Instagram, they love just a face full of energy. All right. Not putting any links out there. Because, by the way, if you put your link out there on social media, especially Facebook, that was designed for connection, you're going to get buried. They're going to squash you in the algorithms. They don't want to see links. They don't want to see salesy sales. Okay, so when you're first getting started, you're a cat creating curiosity, not a dog slobbering on people. Hey, I've been hanging out with London people. Did you just hear how dog came out of my mouth? I said dog, not dog. So I love you guys. You're changing my language. But that is just an example of a picture, and you could put a post up with it that says, who here has tried Korean skincare? And you have literally just created a warm contact list. All right. Your job is not to go commenting and putting links out from people answering that question. Your job is to write their name down and create a list when you first get started. And now these are people who have maybe tried it before and they just haven't found the brand yet, because that's what we find with Korean skincare is people have heard about it over and over again and they keep ordering it, but they don't know the right company. They don't know the right brand. So through creating curiosity post, you can start making a list. And these are people over time that you want to get into you want to take people off the post and get them into private conversations. It's just like if you walked into Starbucks, you wouldn't say, who here has tried Korean skincare? And start telling everybody about it. No, you would have that conversation. If someone compliments your face as you're standing in line, you would have it privately. And so you're taking people off of a post and you're creating a more intimate setting to try to see how you can meet their needs with what you have, whether that's from using the product as a customer or creating a financial gain for them because they're looking for that in their life. You can attract people by having a glow up party, by just simply sending an invite. It's an opportunity for you to go invite somebody. That's a soft way to attract someone in, is to extend an invite where you can help them try the world's #1 Korean skincare. You're doing them a favor. You're not being slobbery or salesy or soliciting. You're inviting. You're attracting them in with something that you can provide for them. And so, you guys, especially who are in the UK, who are at the headquarters, who have a conducive conference room, and this goes on weekly, to not take advantage of those opportunities where all you have to do is invite in, it would be a crying shame. You guys are so blessed who live around headquarters and who have those ongoing K-pop parties. For me, this is K-pop party that I have actually Thursday. It's a local chiropractor 5 minutes away from my house, and she's hosting it in her store, and I am inviting people into it, and so is she. So we're combining. But it's something as simple as creating a Canva flyer, and as you're launching your business, inviting people to experience the product. This is just first one of the first messages that I sent. It's deliberate, it's intentional. We were in a conversation already. There was connection already made. And I said I wanted to reach out to you because I'm in a launch opportunity. I'm looking for people, and it's a city that didn't have a big presence yet, where actually nobody has a big presence yet with this company. And that's why this is an incredible opportunity. But I told her deliberately, here's what I'm looking for. Do you have any interest in Korean skincare? Have you heard about it? I always end a message that I'm sending with an open-ended question. By the way, have you heard of Korean skincare? By the way, have you heard about it yet? So it gives them the opportunity to answer you. Okay. The next one, before we go into connection, as your orientation, as you're getting up and running with your business, you need to have your story. You need to know your story. Okay. What is it? And this is, I want you to write this down. This is different. This is outside your pipeline. All right. But we're equipping you with like the handlebars of the business, and it's your story. Where were you before you tried Korean skincare? Or where were you? Where was your skin at before that? Maybe before you started the business, where were you? Where were you in your life? What were you looking for? What was it that you heard or saw that gave you hope? Like, what was it that got you over the edge that said, yes, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want to try. What was it for you? Okay, this is just a former script I used to use. How are you a better person now because of your decision in moving forward with the business? Okay, so it's where were you before? What got you over the edge? And this can be, you have two stories, right? You have a skincare story and you have a business story. And could you tell it in 60 seconds on an elevator? And I want you to iron out your story so you could deliver your story in 60 seconds or less, standing in a Starbucks line on an elevator. Get your 60-second elevator story ready. And that's the bones of it. That's the structure at it. Doesn't matter what business you're in. This is your elevator story. It's your testimony. This, it was my sister-in-law. It's always hard to coach family, by the way, but she was great. But this was one of her first launch posts. She put up a picture of her skin on social media. And she said, the past 12 years have been a battle with the skin of mine. It actually hurts my heart to go digging for old pictures because wowza, that acne was no joke. I tried it all. 2 rounds of Accutane, topicals, prescriptions, chemical peels, and seemingly every product in the skincare aisle. A couple weeks ago, I took a chance on another new regime that was completely changed my skin in just 14 days. I'm baffled and very humbled at my own before and after picture, and I'm so incredibly grateful. I'm not usually this person, but feeling confident in your skin, makeup free, is near and dear to my heart. So if you want more about my regime, let me know in a comment or message. I would love to chat with you. Okay. This was an incredible launch post. Okay. You didn't see her put RIMAN out there. You didn't see her name the skincare brand out there for all to go past your post and Google it for themselves. No, she created where she was before emotionally, what kind of hope that she has in going forward, where she is now after she said yes, because she had been looking, said yes, and here's how she's feeling now. So she took literally the bones of writing your story and she put it out there. And if you're reading this, maybe you can find yourself in her. Oh, I struggled my whole life with acne. I had little divots. I had little scars on my face. She narrowed in. It says your riches are in the niches. She narrowed in her audience, but that audience will feel compelled to move and ask her who have experienced the same emotional journey that she has. And she got a lot from this post. And so but what people had to do was they had to come ask her, what are you doing? And that is where we have to go. We have to take the broad audience and the people wondering. You have to also put a call to action on it. On your launch post, you need a call to action. You need to tell people what they need to do with what you just shared. So she said, comment or message. Okay. And then she takes each one by one and treats them as individuals and takes them through the process to see where they're going to go. People are going to go in one of two places. They're going to be a customer or they're going to be a planner. And it's not for you to decide, but through the process, you're going to have the details and educated knowledge to help them make the decision on what's best for them. And this is through connection. Okay. I would call myself a professional recruiter. All right. I'm really good at recruiting. There's not a lot of things that I'm really good at, but I think I'm really good at recruiting. And I think one of the reasons why I'm really good at recruiting is because I love connecting. I love getting in there with people into a deeper part. Okay. I'm a huge introvert. Put me in a room full of people and make me have surface level conversations and my balloon goes like I'm a soul connector. I want to know what we can do to help you. What is your pain right now? Where's your emotions right now? What are you looking for right now? I want to help. And so there's that connection process. And I think too many people skip the relational connection and they go straight for the transaction. Maybe you go so quickly into the transaction of getting them on skincare that you missed that if you would have slowed down and had that relational connection, you would have found out this person needs income. This is a single mom struggling to buy her kids basketball shoes for season. She's looking for you, but you didn't know because you skipped the connection. So that connection in the pipeline process, you've attracted them through your story in one way, shape, or form, whether that's offline or online. And now it's time to get in and help and connect. And this can be a phone call. I have definitely weirded people out online through face calling them through Messenger. I do, I will, I don't care. But because the more significant that you can create in that one-on-one, the more you're connected in, and you can't move something that you're not connected in with. All right. So slow down to connect with someone on what their pain point is, what their story is. And don't skirt around it. Make your intention known. Here's what I do. Here's how I help people. Maybe you're just looking for skincare, great, but maybe you're looking like I was for a financial opportunity. And then ask questions and listen. All right? It's the 80-20 factor when you're connecting with someone. 80% is you listening and you asking questions about them and their story. The 20% is your little elevator story in the beginning and then asking the questions, okay? And by the time you're done with this connection, you're ready for step two. And this connection, here's what it looks like. Here's the conversation, and you can write this out to the side. This is kind of like your story's out to the side on Attract. The conversation is out to the side on Connect. But the conversation looks like, where's their home? Where are they from? What's their occupation? What do they do for fun? What are their dreams? All right. These are just some things you can be asking about in your connection to pull out the information that you need to help them get where they need to go. All right. So that's just a prompt for you when you're getting on a phone or having a conversation with someone. It's called HORD. And if you just memorize those acronyms and forevermore in conversations, these are things you can ask people about. There's lots of books that you can get to become an interesting person, but kind of the best person in a network market, not a network marketing, in a networking situation, if you're in a room of people, is being a great question asker and a good listener. All right. People love to talk about themselves. So if you know the right questions, you'll leave that conversation maybe having said just a few things, and they feel awesome about the connection because you dug in and you asked about them. Okay. So after you have collected information, it's time for connection number two. And that is connecting them to a third party resource. In this business, we are the librarian. We are not the library. I am not here to tell you about the product. I am here to give you the flyer to get yourself on Product University. I am here to give you the information to the next opportunity call, not to vomit on you all about the opportunity. I've got a 60-second story about what I'm excited about, where I came from, where I'm going, but the rest is me pointing you to the third party resources. Because if I become the resource, you look at me and say, wow, she knows a lot. Good for her doing this business. I could never be that smart. I could never know that much about a big young leaf. I could never repeat what she just said. Good for her. She's great at this business. But the minute I say, I don't know about that, but here, I'm going to invite you on this. Here's where you can find this YouTube video. Here's where you can plug in to an orientation. Here's where you can get training. When I start doing that, I have just showed you you can do this because every resource you need is at your fingertips. You don't have to know things. You don't have to memorize things. You just need to know where your resources are. So that is a beautiful thing about our business. So third-party resources, things that you can invite them into based on your conversation and what you know is going to fill their needs, their pain points, whether it's skin or opportunity. Here's the things you can send. And these are resources that I would have saved in your notes, like at your fingertips, some of these. Your brand video, that is in exploreriman.com. Download that, have that ready to go. Have it in your phone. All right. You've got sizzle videos in there. I have YouTube links that I love of different sizzle videos, the skincare video. This video that was playing in the front, that's the opportunity sizzle video. Okay, you have a couple sizzle videos ready. Sizzle means it's like under 3 minutes. The only one that's not under 3 minutes that is a very powerful is the new promo video. All right. Maybe they are so excited about the business. If I have somebody that is so excited about an opportunity and they're really wanting to go, one of the first things I do is get them on a three-way call with my mentor. Um, I just want to solidify even more connection with them before even asking them to watch a 45-minute video or to even get on an opportunity call. If they're open and they're ready and they're excited, to me, it's the relationships, it's the people that are helping move people. So if I can connect them to a business partner and share in the excitement and give them vision and encourage them, how much more likely are they to get on then a live opportunity call I've invited them to if we've connected in more with that relationship? So you have your product videos. Maybe they want to start with the skincare. All right. Then send them a video on the product, send them before and afters, give them excitement and vision that they can also get the results too. Invite them to a glow up party, right? They're ready to try it. They're excited about it. Invite them to a glow up party. Maybe you're brand new here, you don't know where any of your resources are. You can go to the RIMAN Instagram because maybe you're talking to someone on Instagram and you can share with them a couple things from the Instagram. Just getting a couple things in front of them, little teasers, okay? Based on your conversation, maybe they are just ready to get on an opportunity overview. I was messaging a girl this morning on Instagram. She said, I think I'm interested. And I wanted to get right into that connection with her. She said, do you think you could send me a little info before I connect on your calendar? I gave her my calendar. And I said, absolutely. So that girl in her comfort zone wanted to see a little bit more information before getting on a call with me. Said, awesome. I'm listening. I'm seeing where she wants to go, what she's good with, because I want her to show up on that call having a little bit of information, being a little bit excited. Okay. So you've got, here's another one. Here's a local opportunity you have. If this is someone in your local product, we do what's called borrow bags. You can literally, this is why when you sign on to the business, it's important that you have skincare for yourself and a backup set to do a K-pop party or to do a borrow bag. But you could literally let somebody borrow a borrow bag, the product with you. You know, the only thing that would be unsanitary is if they stick their finger in the moisturizer, right? Well, we have the little scoops, and you could have different scoops for different people and say, just please use the scoop. Or you could even put the active cream in a tinier little bottle with the borrow bag to make sure that doesn't get contaminated. But that's the only thing. Everything else gets out of a pump or a spray. So it's very easy to do borrow bags. You let someone use it for, I actually do 3 days now because I feel like that's enough time to know how powerful this product is. And guess what? When you take it away, you got an order coming through. So the borrow bags are very good first touch point with people in a local community. When I first started, there was a borrow bag. I'd talk to someone else. I'd send them to her address to get the bag. And then I send another one. I'd have a bag outside my front door. Someone can pick it up. I say, I need you to return it by Friday. I'm too busy doing calls and working, but you guys can, sift the product around. And if they're willing to do that, I'm telling you, every time it left, I saw orders come through. All people need to do is try it. Okay, so you've attracted, you have connected relationally, you have given them another connection of a third party resource, and now it's time to evaluate where we're at. Because you've got to enroll somebody. You don't get paid money to do any of that first part, right? We don't make money getting on a bunch of opportunity calls. We don't make money getting on a bunch of orientation and training calls. You make money by creating an enrollment of a customer or a planner. So let's evaluate now where this person is at in the pipeline. So then a next step could be inviting them to another discovery call. This could be with you. This could be with your business partner. They've seen the information. They've had resources. And now it's talking about what we're going to do with it. Is this going to be just an order first with then maybe the business behind it? What are we looking for? Okay. Um, if they have not gotten on an opportunity overview and you've just been sending sizzles or little pieces of information, it's time to get them on a live opportunity overview. If it's live, you need their commitment on when they're going to be on. And I would be calling that person or messaging that person right after the call because it's time for you to come back in now and get into the enrollment. Okay, so you've shown them the opportunity. If you are inviting someone to a glow up party, all right, the biggest missed opportunity is never talking about the business at a glow up party, right? You've got people there, they're getting fired up and passionate about the product just like you. But then you close it out, you never mention, hey, you could do what I'm doing too. Or hey, next week all you got to do is come back and invite three people with you. Like you want to make sure after a glow up party, you have those conversations and you get a yes or no. You find out where they're at, okay? We can't leave things on yellow. It is green or red. Go for no, go for yes, get off of yellow. Where are they at, okay? This is an incredible, if you invite people, which leads you at the end is going to talk about this, but if you invite people on March 29th to come with you to hear Tim Herr, that I'm telling you, 99% of the heavy lifting for you is done. It is done. All right. You just get as many people to this, and I'm telling you, it's green, green, green. All right. You're not going to have anyone left on yellow after you get them to this event. And it's most likely going to be green. So something that I do okay, let's say we have a yes. Let's say they're expressing interest in the business opportunity. Okay. This is a step that I think that a lot of people don't take, and it can leave you in burnout or discouragement. And sometimes I will admit I have become so fired up and passionate about the opportunity that maybe I have not listened as well on the 80/20 part, or maybe I have oversold someone in that maybe didn't want to be in. So I slow down. I have to slow myself down sometimes. And I put in this step called qualify. All right. We've looked at the opportunity together. They're excited about the opportunity. What if you coached them before you enrolled them? What if you found out if, because there's a lot of people who have big dreams and goals, and one of the most disheartening things we can do is sometimes just enroll people and then say, good luck, get on orientation next Thursday, see you later. Okay, no. How are you coaching them to go attract people? How are you coaching them to connect with people? One of the greatest things you can even do is take customers and try to qualify them. Because sometimes your best planners are going to be your customers, but you don't want to bring in a customer as a planner who is never going to go get people or attract people or be coachable. So qualifying is kind of giving it, I look at it as playing ping pong. We're going to play ping pong together. I'm going to serve you the ball. I'm going to tell you what you can do to be successful in your first 30 days. And I'm going to see if you're going to hit that ball back to me. I'm going to see if you're coachable. I'm going to see if you're somebody that I'm going to pour my heart, blood, sweat, tears into to run with you. Okay? So people get in where they fit in. But I believe the qualification testing, in a way, shows you what you're going to be working with. Is this person going to go get people, or maybe they really want it? And to launch them, you're going to need to throw the K-pop party, and they're going to need to invite three people to get started. Like, how much heavy lifting do you need to do with this person saying that they want it? And how bad do they want it? What are you working with? Okay. So you could, before they ever enrolled, you could have them maybe they're on the fence about it. They don't know if they have a network. You could coach them to make a curiosity post. What's that? It's exactly what we went over in the beginning. By you knowing your story, you help them develop their story, you help them post, giving them the guardrails of don't put the company name out there, don't put your link out there, don't put the product out there. Our goal is to see who we can get in conversations. Okay, so coach that. See if they do it. If you coach that and they don't do it, do you think they're going to make a great business partner? Do you, like you like what if you have a K-pop party because you're local and say, I want you to invite three friends. Maybe they have zero showing up, but the whole time they were communicating with you, the invites they were doing and who could or couldn't make it. I don't care if anybody shows up. Are they taking action? Are they inviting people? Are they matching my energy? Are they matching it? Determine if they are the right fit for this opportunity in your team because you want to be in with people who are providing energy, not draining energy. And one of the biggest disservices in this business is people, they get in and they do absolutely nothing. And then they go tell people that didn't work. That business opportunity didn't work. And they didn't do anything. They didn't work it. They didn't treat it like they wanted to make money. They didn't even treat it like a hobby that they wanted to play with. Okay. And I like to avoid that because I don't think there is a more powerful business opportunity out there than what we have our hands on. And I want to make raving fans, right? So I just want to be a little bit careful. Who is it we're bringing on our team here? And you could give them a borrow bag and see how many people they can work to move it around with in a matter of a week or 2 weeks. Okay, so when you enroll them, when they get their package, maybe they're ready to put 4 people in and they've got immediate success. Now they have momentum. Now they're fired up because you did a little bit of pre-qualifying. You did a little bit of warming up the audience, the connections coming in. And people having a fast start tend to continue to go towards team leader. All right. So I like a little pre-qualification process to get people ready. It's like, you're about to play a basketball game. Did you go to practice? You're about to go for a run. Did you warm up? Did you stretch? It's like, I like that before the enrollment because I like people getting out of the gate hard. All right. So, after they enroll, okay, and this is another thing I do that might be a little out of the usual, but I also like to get people on an orientation before the actual enrollment. Why? It's because I don't feel like sometimes people catch how big this can be for them, how big this vision is, how incredible this opportunity is, and they enroll with a moisturizer. Now, you're not going to work a business with your moisturizer. Okay. Like if you will get them on an orientation, then you have validation that the actual investment that they're going to make in product can multiply and can count towards their rank into getting them up to make more income. I have seen people not be explained to how their own product will help them open up the next rank. And that is a disservice to them. That is not good enrolling. That is not good coaching. That is not good onboarding. And so if you can get one more call of orientation in in them before even the enrollment, you're setting them up to have a really good start once they buy that package and they're excited. Okay, but let them see that extra product can go a very long way with a K-pop party or a borrow bag. It's like Jesus and the fish. Like if you have extra product, you can multiply your income versus just getting product for your own use. Now that can be multiplied if you're going online and you're showing how to use it, and maybe you have friends over and you let them use your own product. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? You get started where you can, but there are some people who could have started with more product and gone a lot faster if someone would have told them about it and the ways that they could use it to multiply their business. So also having them on an orientation It allows you afterwards, you can get on. I like to walk people through the enrollment, like to sign them on because then, I know that they've signed on to the right place. There wasn't a user error. They can get their link set up immediately. And something that I do immediately is I set them up 2 bags. I don't do it, I walk them through it. I teach them how to go to their referral and bags. I teach them how to put the main signature line in a bag. And then I also teach them how to make a secondary bag. That's a little less money so that if they get a price objection with the big ritual, that they immediately have their second link to go in with to say, okay, well, let's just start with the power hero product basics, because in the end, it's about them getting out and getting as much product on people's face as possible, collecting those testimonies and creating validation and creating a beginning to the ripple effect of the momentum coming. Also, if they've been on an orientation, this gives you talking points during enrollment because you get to set up their strategy in getting to senior manager, their goals, their timelines, versus they enroll and then you're like, hey, here's an orientation. They watch it next week. And then, hey, when can you get back on so we can go over it? Now you've wasted 2 weeks of their first month. Okay, so this is why I like the orientation and then immediately followed up with the enrollment. And on that enrollment, you guys are already covering strategy as they've just put down their credit card and their investment and their hope and dreams into this business. So we go over the game plan, we go over the launch, showing them those first tiered ranks. Those are all on your regular orientations, and then you get them their resources. All right, from at the time they enroll, don't wait a week. Don't have them waiting on you to get their resources and start their business at enrollment. Like, let's move, let's go, let's get them what they need. Maybe you have a team chat where you keep your brand new people together because they're all asking the same questions. You get them the call schedule. You tell them, hey, this is a new call in your first 90 days. Here's how you learn, the language here. Just keep coming, keep getting the information in so it's flowing, and you understand this company, the vision, the branding, what we're doing here. Get on as many calls as possible. You help them, like I just helped you at the very beginning, set up their photo albums because anywhere they go, they can whip out a picture, right? That's so easy. The easiest way when you're just standing there talking to someone is to just whip out a before and after picture. It's powerful. Help them set up a photo album. Make sure they know their customer link and make sure that, their own website can be pinned as a bookmark on their cell phone. So it's just easy tap. People want to work this phone mobile. Do they have their link to send out easily? All right. You've shown them where their marketing hub is at exploreriman.com, password 123. And then you've also showed them their point of contact for discovery calls. If you are onboarding someone and they are brand new and they go get someone, who are those 2 brand new people going to be talking to? All right. You're the coach. What if you're brand new? Who's your coach? Who are you pulling in to help? Because guess what? Brand new people can make a ton of money if you have set them up with the right resources. They don't need to wait on you to learn it. Maybe you and your best friend get started in the same day. Who can you guys call on? So make sure people know their team, their mentors, their upline, so they can reach up to get what they need. In-depth comp plan overview and PDF. This is not for everyone. I didn't want to look at an in-depth comp plan till probably after I hit team leader. I just knew I needed to go help 3 people get to senior manager and create volume there immediately. If I would have known more about the comp plan, I probably would have really challenged myself to create 6 senior managers and just been working that volume because of open line. But I'm telling you, some people, and through all your connection, you should know, don't bog them down with the details. Don't bog them down with all the things. Just help them create their curiosity post, help them create a K-pop party, help them create their list, and start asking people and sharing their 60 second elevator story. So that right there, I will tell you at the end, I just put one little book in that I love. It's a lot about these types of things, but it's Eric Worre, GoPro. It's a great book because if you're just starting your journey here, I would tell you that you have don't overestimate what you can do in a short amount of time and underestimate how much you could develop and do over 3 to 5 years here as you work towards this, as you become a professional. And this may be brand new industry for you, business model for you. You can become a professional, but make yourself a student of the business model, learn, get on, podcasts, get on every call, grab mentors, watch how they do, model behavior. You can take this as far as you want to go. Just treat yourself as a professional. All right, so that is the end of the process, and I am going to pass this back to Liju because we have so many amazing things coming up in the next week. So back to you, Liju.
Thank you so much, Abby, for that very amazing training. It was fantastic. Never heard anything like that before. And to all the people who've actually joined in the call today, I'm sure you agree the value that you took from that call and the fact that we have amazing leaders like Abby guiding us through a journey that is so exciting, especially at the current time, when they take their valuable time, they come and share the experience. They share golden nuggets that literally you can, literally copy paste and apply it to your Riemann business. And the learning that they have taken over years, of being in Riemann and years of studying and learning and being coachable themselves is given to you in a capsule. And many a times, I always say this, many people, pay a lot of money to go to coaching classes, coaching centers, courses to learn information that doesn't have any kind of practical applicability to it at the end of it. And here you are in a call like this, where someone like Abby comes and shares with you the information that can literally, you can copy paste the scripts on social media, the strategies, the ideologies of what made her a successful person. You can just copy paste it and literally change your life using a vehicle called Riemann. Isn't that amazing? So really appreciate you, Abby, for that fantastic training. This will be recorded. It will be a resource for you to go back on, for you to literally copy and paste it. Use the prompts on ChatGPT, use the testimonials, connect with people, use the connections, and literally change your life. Because let me tell you, what is happening in the world right now, wherever you look, if you switch on the television, it's bad news. And there is no opportunity out there that is legitimate, that has got the timing that Riemann has got, that's got the real value that customers can face. And now here you're given an opportunity for you to literally, we are at the beginning stages of where Riemann is. We're just launching, our second European country tomorrow, and Ireland tomorrow. That's a third one. Very soon into 20 countries, and here we are. So we have created a series of events for you. And if you are willing to follow the series of events, follow the system, then literally you can change the course of your life. So you've seen the orientation training today, along with the process training. Now, tomorrow, you can see we've got a special training by the product, manager of Riemann, who's a product training and development manager, somebody who is an expert not only within the Riemann products, but also within biochemistry. And tomorrow at 6 o'clock, we got a special, unique training by, Angie, who's going to go through the detailed elemental and one of the crucial tenets of Riemann, and that is cleansing, a very powerful piece. And that's at 6 p.m. UK time. At 7 p.m., we have a live K pop up at our RIMAN headquarters in the United Kingdom. That's our European headquarters. That's the ARC. And where you can invite people to experience a free K Beauty facial. And this happens on a Wednesday and a Thursday at 7 o'clock. And you can literally invite people where they can come and see the amazing headquarters that we have, experience the products for free, get presentations done by professional leaders in our company, and literally maximize the business from there. On Saturday, we have a special event that is commemorating the International Women's Day month that is held at the headquarters again. Again, people can come and experience a K Beauty facial, an afternoon tea, styling tips, and so forth. But then the main event, the most important event of this month is on this Sunday at 3 p.m., where we have one of the highest paid earners in our company. That is National Director Tim Herr, flying down all the way from United States, who's going to Spain on Saturday to launch the Spanish expansion there, and then coming down, and you get an opportunity to learn and pick up golden nuggets from one of the top leaders in our company. So many resources created for you, so much opportunity out there, because even though RIMAN has only been, going in the industry for the last 8 years, we're only third year in Europe, and we are targeting a market in Europe that is going to hit, over $10 billion in sales. So people are paying $10 billion in sales, or they're purchasing that for K Beauty products, and you get to market the number one official K Beauty product of South Korea that is patented with our super plant, with all of these, what do you say, before and after testimonials, thousands of them, where if you use the product, you'll fall in love with it. And you get an opportunity to take a piece out of this multi-billion-dollar industry. Friends, the reality of the fact is this: you do not need to be so, great at doing RIMAN. What you really need is to be enthusiastic about the opportunity and follow the system that we created for you. Because the depth of your success is dependent on the height of your enthusiasm. And if you are willing to give the next 1 to 2 to 3 years with consistent and persistent effort, part time, to RIMAN, not only will you change your bank account, but you will change your entire skin and the generation that's going to come after you. So thank you so much for being on this call today. We appreciate your time. Thank you for taking the time to learn. And if you are willing to apply what you've been taught today, success is going to be a byproduct of your actions. Once again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Abigail, for that phenomenal training. And we look forward to seeing you for tomorrow's training at 6 p.m. with our product and development manager, and on Sunday with National Director Tim Herr. Have a wonderful day, everybody. God bless, and see you very soon.
Step 1. Moisture Cleansing Oil. Our moisture cleansing oil perfectly melts away oil-based impurities like SPF, makeup, and sebum. Key ingredients include black cumin seed oil and jojoba seed oil for a natural cleanse. To use, apply 3 to 4 pumps onto your dry palm and massage gently over your entire dry face to dissolve makeup. Apply a bit of warm water to your face and rub gently until the oil turns creamy. Then rinse thoroughly with lukewarm water. Alternative Step 2. Cleansing Powder Wash. Gently cleanse and exfoliate for smooth, clean skin. Ingredients like papain and asparagus extract exfoliate and hydrate the skin. To use, pour a nickel-sized amount into your palm. Add lukewarm water and work into a rich lather. Massage onto your face and rinse thoroughly. Step 3. Two-phase oil mist. Nourish your skin with hydration and moisturizing oils. Sea berry water and camellia oil perfectly balance your hydration and your moisturization. To use, shake the product thoroughly and mist your face evenly. Step 4. Calming Balance Gel. Soothe and hydrate your skin. Key ingredients like damask rose water and hyaluronic acid soothe the skin. To use, apply a nickel-sized amount onto desired area and massage into the skin. Steps 4, 5, and 6. Boo Say Boo. Hydrate, nourish, and strengthen with our booster and serum duo. Rich in our giant byungpul leaf extract, this booster and serum duo works perfectly to hydrate and soothe the skin. To use, spray the booster evenly over your entire face. Once absorbed, apply 4 to 5 drops of the serum and massage that in. Afterwards, finish with a second round of booster sprays. Step 7. The Dermatology Cream. Infuse skin with antioxidants for that classic RIMAN glow. Again, giant byungpul and botanical complexes reinforce skin's moisturization and antioxidant protection. To use, apply a nickel-sized amount onto your face and massage in gently.